What impacts has feminism had on modern day relationships?
I see you trying to get me kicked off the internet already, right? Um, all right. So since I know some third and fourth wave feminists are really, really angry with me right now, I'm going to first start with the positives. Women got the right to choose who they could marry, who they could have sex with, who they can have children with. They were able to be able to leave a toxic or abusive relationship now. They even get financial benefits to being able to take care of themselves if they have to leave an environment like that. Those are all positive things. Choice, being able to leave, being able to stay, being able to not be stranded and homeless if you have to leave a horrible situation. Those are the, to me, really many of the really good or even great things that came with feminism in regards to relationships. Some of the flaws, unfortunately, that same level of optionality of being able to pick and choose has resulted in less marriages staying together, less relationships. Women now are, for the first time in history, not for the first time in history, in modern times in America, we're at a place where so many women are working and their standards for the type of man that they want are going up as they're making more and doing more, that the pool of men that they are looking as suitable partners is becoming less and less. And this is probably the largest group of women in their 20s and 30s that are single with no actual prospects and they don't want to be. So there, a lot of them are lonely and they don't want to be. A lot of them want to be married and they can't be. Many of them are starting to get into at-risk pregnancy territory. These are all aspects of the sexual liberation and feminist movement. So it's created an environment where women were incentivized and praised and pushed for being independent, being able to leave, to elevate and centralize happiness. And now it's left us with an environment where slowly but surely other major ethnic groups are starting to move into the direction of what we were saying was so bad in the Black community. High single mother rates, low marital rates, high divorce rates, men and women not being able to do life together. That's a very rampant and obvious problem in the Black community that's now spreading to other demographics, not just here in the States, but also globally in other westernized countries. Men and women now are having to come to grips with, in the quest for women to gain all this freedom, gain all of these access to things, there were either intended or unintended consequences that's led to where we're at now. Plain and simple, a lot of them are not better than where they were in most areas other than economically than their mothers or grandmothers.
So some of the points you listed as being positives, I think, are the major cause for what you mentioned as negatives, right?
Like what?
Like women being able to choose the sex partners that they want, right? As a result, now you have high single mother rates, right?
Yeah.
Our STD rates are ridiculous right now. So this is these are problematic. Do you think that we could somehow tweak it back a little bit? Is that something that seems realistic? Because I mean, I understand the sexual liberation, but look what it's caused, right? Look what it's done to families. Look what it's done to the nuclear family. And sometimes people hate the word nuclear family, but when we had nuclear families, people were actually happy. People weren't on as many psychiatric meds. No, people were able to leave legacies behind for their children. Now it's so much harder on women. I understand that the freedoms, we don't want to take any liberties away from women.
Yeah.
But at some point, right, it seems like there is no direction right now. I think that, in my opinion, women honestly lean towards men for direction. Maybe not as much now, but I think that when they did, we had better results. What would you say about that?
There were pros and cons. There was a reason for why many of them wanted to leave in the past and make their own money and be able to purchase their own properties and be able to leave relationships. I'm not going to grandiose the past and make it seem like everybody was better and happy. They weren't. Some people were and some people weren't. And a lot of the mothers and grandmothers that raised their children spoke from a place of pain and trauma. And it conditioned 2 consecutive generations of women to now operate more from a scarcity mindset, from a fear mindset and anxiety mindset in relation to men. So everything that you do and how you move needs to be as if a man will not be there or he can leave. And now they move as such. So unfortunately, it's like that didn't just come out of nowhere. There was some legitimate reasons for why there was a push to begin with. I do think there were some nefarious reasons for why feminism was specifically pushed, but there was some legit things going on back then. And the question is if there's a cost in both areas, there was a cost when women had less choice, and there's a cost now with the choices that they've made. Which one is better, and what would be the compromise? I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not going back. I mean, I'm meaning and referencing women. By and large, the overwhelming majority of them are not going to go back. They don't want to go back to anything close to limiting any area. We see this in conversations when it comes to public conversations and even conversations amongst couples about how she dresses, her image, how she carries herself, what she posts online in terms of sex work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There is not a single area that third and fourth wave feminists want to pull back from if it pertains to reeling in women's freedom, liberty, and rights. There's nothing that they want to. So basically, there is no room. They're not giving an inch. So the reality is the only way they get there is if they hit the wall. Wow. They hit the. I'm being honest. Sometimes these things we overcomplicate these things. What's more likely to change a woman's perspective? Me saying something, you saying something, every man on the planet saying something, or her outcomes changing to such a degree in her life to where she realizes she'll be forced to adjust or stay alone. That's much more likely to happen. I'm bringing attention to what's happening to just plant seeds for men and women to wake up to kind of what's going on that's causing a lot of the division. But no, I don't anticipate that Jeff's talking now, so all the women gonna listen to him. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not naive to that, right? Like, no. When we say, is it fixable and is it solvable? For some of us, it is. For some of us, it is. It's not for everybody. And the same way I make a distinction between black people and ninjas, or black people and hyenas, that's what it is in every single ethnic group. The difference is this: in every other major ethnic group, they have their people who are great reflections of their community and people who are not. We're the primary and only group which elevates the worst aspects of our culture.
Wow.
So if it's going to change from a male lens, the only way it's going to change is if we stop rewarding the bad behavior.
Right.
For women, the only way it's going to change is if they stop going to the men and giving to the men that they know don't deserve it, the things that should be due to the man that's actually a good guy, the nice guy. The guys you ignore, those are the ones that are supposed to get your best. Those are the ones that are supposed to get access to your fertility, to kids, to marriage, to commitment. And what happens is they try to give these things to men that A don't want all of that, or B, aren't going to handle it well, and C, they know most other women want as well and are trying to force him to be monogamous and committed to just them lifelong forever.